don't feel like you have to get it all out, okay? Just get rid of a certain amount. Let's say, 50% at least. So that when we go to the blue, it's not going to be mixing so much. It's not going to be counterbalancing, counterintuitively, mass marketing. You don't want that to happen. You want to have, when you want the blue to work, you want the blue to work for you. Now, I say that, and we always talk about that. Just throw that stuff out the window, because sometimes it might work best. Now, what works best, heck, I don't know. What is really the best for you, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. But if it's your intent to make that really blue, well then maybe you do want to get rid of some of that yellow ochre, okay? But sometimes it works best, if I keep saying the word best, I don't know why I'm saying best, because frankly, what is best? Okay, but anyway, it might be kind of nice, let's say that, if you mix the yellow ochre with the blue. Quite a bit, as opposed to wiping away a whole bunch, okay? But we're kind of just doing that for the sake of a showmanship here. For example, for the educational process of this show, in fact, it's important for this show to actually at least have at least 5 minutes of educational content of this show. It has to fulfill FCC laws. Got to have 5 minutes, so that fulfills potentially part of that aspect of the rules that have been governed here by the state of California and Adelphia Cable Access here in Eagle Rock, California. Okay. What happens too is you run out of the juice. I call this my juice can. So we're going to have to put some paint thinner in that little section there. And I use this odorless paint thinner so it doesn't stink up the studio here. It would really piss off the crew here. They would really kind of gross out on that. Of course, you guys aren't smelling it, so you wouldn't know if it was stinking or not. It doesn't really matter to you. But I recommend the odorless. For years, I never bought it because it's about another $5-10 more expensive. For years, when you're trying to be economical, you go for the paint thinner that stinks. But it's okay one way or the other. Okay. Boy, we're spending a lot of time on that blue background. But sometimes you gotta regroup. You gotta regroup. Okay. So we got some more paint. We can access that brush into the paint. Let's go right into that ultramarine blue. Let's power that baby up. Now we wiped away some of that, and let's see how that works. Oh, wow. Now that's a lot of blue, and that's just blue, blue, blue. Blue on blue, okay, and this is, sometimes you learn about little tricks, and I'm gonna tell you a little trick right now with the blue. And what happens with the blue is that if you just give it a little bit of white, just a tad bit of white, it actually makes the blue more like a blue for some reason. I can't explain why that is. You should just have a blue that comes out of the tube that's just right. But that doesn't work. Life is not correct. There's nothing correct in this life for you or I. But we just gotta make do with that, right? Okay. So anyway, a little tip, just cut it. Cut it with a little bit of white, all right? And it's gonna be all right. Okay, here we go. So see how that got more of a blue? Because I put that little bit of white on there, okay? And I'm using that big brush, and I'm getting a lot of paint done, a lot of the background done with that big brush. And I'm using the side. I'm using the side of the brush, not the width. I'm using the thin part. Okay. We only have a few more minutes here. So let's try to wrap this up. Let's try to make some sort of sense of what's going on here. Make sense with life. Oh no, we got 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. We'll be all right. All right. So the curtain calls. Okay. All right. There it is. And now there's a black floor in that whole area, right? Okay. So let's do that. Put the black floor in there. Now here's a little area here. This area is like, it's sort of the curtain, right? This area potentially is supposed to be the curtain. And my brush is too big. I can't really get back there. So sometimes it's sort of like It's a call. It's your call. If you want to try, if you could just possibly just get, even with this gigantic brush, if you could just get a little bit onto the side there, if you could just do that, just a tad bit, you might be able to sneak in there. But frankly, it's kind of nice to just leave it open and leave certain areas and maybe get back to them later, because that's what's nice too, is maybe leave that to potentially later for you to work on. Let's go with the black for the floor. I see what I did? I just took that blue, I took that big brush that had blue, and I went right into my black. I didn't clean it, I didn't spend 5 minutes cleaning it, and I didn't talk about life, the birds and the bees. I just went right in there. I just did it. I just went in there. Okay, so now I got black. Okay, we got the black, and now we're gonna do the floor. Here we go. Okay, doing the floor. Okay, doing the floor, and we're just powering over that yellow ochre. It's not gonna matter. And sometimes it's nice to have that combo, a little bit of the old color come through. It kind of adds to the depth. It adds to the vehicle that we're seeing at the moment. Okay, so there we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. Okay. There is this table. Okay, there's the table, and we can start going back now to a smaller brush. Okay, that big brush did a lot of good stuff. Thank you, big brush. Thank you very much. A round of applause for the big brush. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, big brush. Okay, so now we resort down to the smaller two brushes, and we might even get to this little baby brush and try to get like some detail. In fact, let's just do a little detail, okay? Let's work on that guy's little hat over there. That's kind of a neat hat, but let's put his head in there first. He's kind of looking at me at the moment, or he just ducked in down. That's okay. But I'm just going to pretend like he had his head up, slightly up. And I powered in more pink and, trying to get the head thing going on there. Okay, there's another head there. There's another head here. And let's work on those faces a little bit, possibly, huh? Let's see if that's possible. I mean, we want to do the head, the little strange crown of sorts. So let's do that. So what that little brush is doing is going into the blue that I used to, remember I cut the white? I cut the white with the blue. I gave a little bit of white, so it had leftover blue. So I'm just going in there. I'm seeing some blue kind of traces of things, little dots coming out of his head, and we're just kind of feeling it out, getting a suggestion. It's a suggestion now, it's a suggestion of what we're going to try to capture here. We're trying to capture the feel here of the band here, Mannlicher Carcano. It's kind of tricky to say, but I have my cheat sheets here, so I'll be all right. Down to a last minute or so, let's put a little face here and there. Let's try to get a feeling of the energy that we got here, created here by Mannlicher Carcano. I'm getting better at that. Okay. In fact, let's see. Well, we did that. Let's go. Let's put the little eyeballs in there. Let's do eyeballs. So we're working a little teeny little thing. He got some glasses back here. He got black glasses. Let's put that in there. CHP glasses. There you go. Boom. Okay, and he's got black hair too. So let's work that. That's easy. Look how easy that was. If you just look at it, some shapes and stuff. Look how easy that could be. Now, I'm not trying to make this a finished painting. I'm just trying to encourage you to paint. And that's what we're doing here tonight on Let's Paint TV. I've been your host, John Kilduff. I sure hope you had a great time. I thank you so much, Mannlicher Carcano. You guys are great. Okay, now you guys have a MySpace account, right? Okay, so I don't know how you can do that, but you contact me and then we'll get you into their, we'll give you their contact. You want to be a guest on the show, you contact me at john@letspainttv.com. All right, we'll see you next week.